Hey everyone, it's me Brian from Digital Film Dojo and CK Productions. Now today I wanted to talk about something that was a little different than what we usually do on this channel. I know I haven't posted a video in a while, but we'll talk more about that kind of schedule later in the video. So I've been seeing a lot on YouTube and other social media platforms, people talking about Defy Media and their experiences with it, and all talking about why it shut down and all, the drama behind all that. For those of you who don't know what Defy Media is, Defy Media was a media production company that was also a YouTube network. And they owned a bunch of channels such as Smosh, Screen Junkies, and a lot of other big name YouTube channels out there. And one of the things these companies do is they reach out to other YouTube channels out there and offer them services as part of their network, while agreeing to take a percentage of the revenue that channel makes with AdSense on YouTube. And believe it or not, a few years ago, CK Productions actually was a part of Defy Media's network. It's back in the time when I was in college, Joe was at a different school, and Brandon was back at home. The core three of us weren't really around a lot to consistently make videos together. So a lot of the videos that were happening were either with just me or Joe, or with me and my college friends. It was actually around the time I was making Corrupted, the Portal film, and back in early 2015 or so, when I was approached by someone from Defy Media, and they offered us a pretty good deal to join their YouTube networking group. And it was something because at the time we had maybe 20, 30,000 subscribers or so, and it was crazy because I'm just like, how did someone who's associated with brands like Smosh and Screen Junkies or whatever come across us? And so I mean, it was great. They said a lot of good things, had a lot of great compliments for the work they were doing. And at that time, I was kind of doing most of the editing and the networking for the channel. So I decided it'd be a good idea for us to get involved with that. And time passed, we made some really cool videos during that time period. That's when we made the Portal film. We did like the Paper Mario animated stuff. And I started to kind of notice throughout the time we were with Defy that I don't think they necessarily realized where we were located and the kind of stuff that we wanted to do. Because a lot of the people that they work with and a lot of the events that they hold for partners and stuff were in LA, and we're an East Coast based company. It really wasn't a time where we could go to LA or New York or anything like that. So it's like there's a lot of opportunities that we could have had with them that we just weren't able to really do because of our location. And really the only thing that we ultimately got out of being with Defy was being able to get those tweets from Smosh and Smosh Games and stuff promoting our videos, which was great, which was awesome at the time. It really kind of helped jumpstart a few things, because at that time when we would release a video, it would take a little while for it to get a bit of traction, and so that helped kind of get some of those videos off the ground. So more time passed, we got some more tweets out there, making some good stuff. I'm heading into my senior year of college, so there's a lot going on at school. For that, I was really focused on kind of the films I was making for school that year. And then what happened was, a year into our partnership with Defy, our channel manager that we were hooked up with actually decided to leave the company. So for a little while we were left without a channel manager, which was a little stressful because we're trying to put out more content, and there was a kind of a gap where we were putting out content and there really wasn't anyone else to help promote it. And so eventually they did hook us up with a new guy, but what ended up happening was it was pretty clear that this guy that they hooked us up with, very nice guy, but it was clear that he was a new hire and really did not have any experience, because for the first couple of months when I was trying to get some of our videos promoted, he really didn't know what we wanted him to do with them. So it was a little frustrating working with that, and eventually they kind of stopped responding more and more to some of our requests that I was asking for. And when thinking about this, I was kind of thinking like, at the time and really now, we don't make a ton of money doing the YouTube channel. We do it mostly for fun. We do make some money, but most of it is kind of reinvested into the channel. When you're looking at the other brands that they have, obviously Smosh being their biggest one, we weren't really much of a moneymaker for them. So it seemed to me like, because we weren't making them a lot of money, they kind of pushed us to the side a bit. Maybe it was a situation where they thought we could get bigger, or make them some more money or whatever. I don't know what the situation was, but it definitely was kind of giving me that kind of vibe that we weren't contributing enough to the company, so they kind of pushed us to the side. And luckily for us, around the same time, a few months after all that was going on, we were approached by a new network, a network that was actually local to where we are, and we really hit it off with them, and they had a lot to offer. So we decided that it would be best for the channel to switch networks and go with this new one. You know, it ended up being a good decision, and it was interesting because I heard a lot about these channels that were involved with Defy having trouble unlinking from the network or getting out of their contracts and stuff like that. For us, it was a little different because all I really had to do was say, hey, I want to unlink. And he's just like, okay. And they were just like, okay, see ya. There really wasn't any effort to try to keep us involved in there. So, I mean, it kind of shows you that all they really wanted us for was for our money and for the money that we can make them, and we just weren't making them enough. It's interesting to hear, and it's kind of funny now to see that. It's kind of funny now to see that Defy is shutting down, and if we would have stayed with them, we would have been okay, but we still would have been in that kind of awkward situation that a lot of channels are in. And I feel bad hearing about all these stories, because a lot of these bigger name stuff, it sounds like, you know, the more bigger name you were, the more problems you had with Defy at the end, and you know, it just kind of sucks just the way everything went down from what I understand of it. I mean, in the situation with Smosh, it definitely sounds like they could have made some better business decisions on when they were making the deal with them, but there's just really like a lot of people that were affected by this. And while we weren't affected in that great a stance by it, you know, it's interesting just to talk about everyone's kind of different perspectives on something like this. And in the end, it kind of ended up being kind of a blessing in disguise that we weren't prioritized much by Defy, because, you know, it ended up with us landing into a new network where, since we've joined the network, we've almost doubled in size of subscribers. It's been a really good relationship we've been growing with them, and it's not going to end anytime soon. So it's just a good lesson to learn that you really need to do your research when you're approached by people like this that want to own part of your content, want to own part of your business and whatever you're working on. You want to make sure that you're protected in the end, and no one's trying to steal what you're working on, because unfortunately there's people out there that want to do that and just care about money or whatever. They promise you like fame and fortune or whatever, even if it means turning down some of that, just so you can retain ownership on what you're doing, or you don't lose the things that you've created. It's just important to consider all that and think about yourself and think about your life, and, you know, and make careful decisions about that, all that kind of stuff. So that's my experience with Defy. It was kind of short-lived, didn't end up being that much of an issue at the end, but I really kind of got that feeling that a lot of other people were feeling about this company in terms of them wanting your money, and in terms of schedule for Digital Film Dojo, and I guess for CK Productions as well. I know it's been forever since I posted a new video. There's a lot going on in my life. There's a lot going on in everyone's lives. There's been a lot of juggling in my life between friends and family and work and YouTube, and, you know, a lot of good things, you know, planning a wedding, that's been amazing, spending a lot of good time with friends and family, and really accomplishing a lot in my regular day-to-day job. And when you have a lot of things to juggle like this, when you have a lot of things to juggle on your plate, you really have to learn time management and really set your priorities. And when that happens, sometimes certain things have to go by the wayside. And unfortunately, with Digital Film Dojo being one of the newer things and one of the things that's not as involved in my life, it's really something that I kind of had to put at the side for a bit, so I can really focus on the other things that were going on in my life, you know, and really the stuff that's going on with CK Productions, because we have a lot of new videos that are in production and pre-production that required a lot of attention. So I think going forward, it's definitely not going to be every week. So I am going to try to sit down and do some more tutorials, maybe even do more of these kind of introspective, you know, talking to the camera, simple kind of stuff, because those are a little bit more, those are a little easier to do than putting a whole tutorial lesson together. But I still will make sure we're doing lessons and tutorials and whatnot. And be sure to comment down below and talk to me about the kind of stuff that you want to see, if there's stuff you want to just for me to talk about, just have a discussion about, or anything you want to see that's pretty cool in After Effects or Premiere, whatever. I would definitely want to get you guys more acclimated with the gear and the programs that I use, so we can talk more about what kind of videos we can do in the future. In terms of CK Productions schedule, that's going to be ramping up actually a bit. But starting in December, we're actually going to be releasing videos every week. a number of those videos going into 2019 actually are going to be some more original content. You know, we'll still be doing those kind of logic and those video game stuff, but we want to really start incorporating some of our original work that we want to work on, and some of the ideas that we've been having for a while, we just haven't gotten to do yet, and we're really excited to be moving forward with a lot of those. So with that being said, that's about all I have for today. If you're interested in more videos, be sure to like and subscribe on this channel and the CK Productions channel as well. Comment down below with any type of tutorials and lessons and just things you'd like me to talk about in the future. And I'm excited to see what we end up doing. I hope you guys have a nice weekend, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye everyone.